Are you having a good time? I hate mornings. Does anyone hate mornings here? Yeah, I don't do mornings. I mean, I don't understand why the world feels that it can not only tell me what to do, but also when to do it. I mean, if I have to sit through a really dull class, then surely the least I can expect is to be able to do it at a time when my brain might function. You know, 10:30 at night. Picture this scenario. A few days ago, I'm in bed, it's warm and cozy, and I'm really comfy. The alarm goes off to wake me up for a 9 o'clock class. I really can't be asked today. I'm thinking, it's fine. The class isn't all that important. I can read through the material, I can borrow notes of a friend, it will be fine. There's a pause of about 10 seconds as my brain grinds into motion. Hang on a sec, I'm teaching. Makes a little bit of a difference, doesn't it? So yes, I'm an academic, and I guess I have a little bit of a confession to make. My name is Anindya, and I work in the humanities. I have a PhD in English. This means I'm not qualified for anything. I will probably never have a secure job. So you can imagine how proud my parents are of me. I am Indian, I'm an only child, an only son, and they're doctors. You know, proper doctors. They save lives. I have a t-shirt. I read books, I talk to people, and I wallow in the depths of my sense of inadequacy. Okay, I'm exaggerating just a little bit. I do have a research project I'm working on. At the moment, I'm working on the India-Pakistan partition of 1947. So, as the British leave India in 1947, they decide it's a good idea to take this massive landmass and divide it up in two. So, they take Punjab, which is in the west here, and Bengal, which is in the east here, and they divide it up in two. And then they take West Punjab and East Bengal and decide it will be part of the same country. So these two parts become Pakistan, even though it is separated by 2,000 kilometers of India. Yeah. Partition to end colonialism. I mean, it's always worked, right? Let's see. It's worked in Cyprus. It's worked in Ireland. It's worked in Israel and Palestine. It always works. When they did it in India, it led to, you know, small matter of 15 million people homeless and 3 million people killed, unimagined levels of violence. And I'm taking this history and turning it into a stand-up routine. So I guess you could say I like a challenge. So, as part of my research, I find people who were around in 1947 and I talk to them. I ask them about what they did, what they felt like, what they remember today, and most of the time it's a pretty amazing job. It does require a little bit of travel. St. Andrews isn't the most obvious place in the world to be doing this research. I mean, I love St. Andrews, but the number of times someone's come up to me and said, "So where are you from?" Because someone who looks like this is clearly not from around here. So yes, I get to travel to India, I get to travel to Pakistan, I get to travel to other parts of Britain, and it's a pretty amazing job. However, I grew up in India, and I go to Pakistan for work. Now, if you know anything about the history of these two countries, you might not be surprised at the levels of hysteria that this causes among some of my friends and family back in India. Because we know Pakistan is a dangerous country. It's full of bombs and guns. It's full of mad, dangerous people who hate India and hate Indians and hate all that is good in the world. I mean, this is such a dangerous country and I swear this is absolutely true, one of the most popular books on recent Pakistan history is called Pakistan, the Hard Country. Even Glasgow has nothing on this. And, I know this is bollocks, right? I know this is rubbish. I know Pakistan is a beautiful country full of wonderful people who pretty much want the same things from life that most of us do. I know this. But in the weeks and months leading up to my trip, it was, at times, a little bit difficult to resist this barrage of hysterical instructions that kept coming at me from friends and family. Sort of like an Islamophobic version of the Chinese water torture. Drip, drip, drip. Don't talk to anybody. Don't say you're Indian. Don't say anything political. Don't go to mosques. Don't go to shopping malls. And on and on and on. So when I landed in Lahore, I was a little bit scared. It was 6 o'clock in the morning, and as I've said, I don't do mornings. I had a massive backpack on my back with my copy of Pakistan, the Hard Country in it. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know if I'd be able to get any work done. I was jet-lagged. The world was looking like one of those documentaries where everybody's face is pixelated and everybody's identity has to be protected. So yeah, it was a little bit terrifying. It was also quite exciting. I'm an academic on field trip. I'm in an English department. We don't do field trips. We do libraries. I'm a British Indian in a hard country like Pakistan. In fact, there's no other word for it. I'm Indiana Jones. So you would be pleased to know that my first meal in this incredibly dangerous country was a plate of chicken nuggets while watching Dawson's Creek. I'm not Indiana Jones. So I took all of these stories and I bring them back to St. Andrews. And to be honest, sometimes there's a little bit of a clash. A few days ago, I met a very, very senior academic who asked me what I did. And I told him about these stories I'm collecting. These great stories of pain and trauma, these stories of losing someone's family members, these stories of redemption and survival and humanity, these stories of members of one community helping another. And I could tell I'd made a connection. He was a scientist, but he understood, I could tell. I could tell the way he looked at me that he understood how important this work was. And he looked at me and he looked straight into my eyes. And he said, "But the British Empire wasn't all bad, was it?" Sometimes it feels like I'm not from around here. Thank you very much. You've been a brilliant audience. Thank you.